last night I was going to see the great Aaron Rodgers and the system quarterback Tom Brady, and I want to talk about that system in New England. It's fascinating. The most fascinating thing about Tom Brady's system quarterback is that, systems get names. In basketball, the triangle offense. I mean, by the first championship, they gave it a name. In the NBA, the pick and roll offense. We love in baseball, Moneyball. In football, the West Coast offense, the Wildcat offense, the Wishbone offense in the 50s, 60s, 70s. Even defenses get nicknames, Joy. The 4-6 defense. We love giving nicknames to defenses, offenses, baseball, basketball, and the NBA. But why doesn't New England system have a nickname? 18 years, been on TV more than any team except the Cowboys. I mean, Joe Montana won with the West Coast offense. And Elway won with Mike Shanahan, an offensive coach's zone blocking scheme. It's funny, Belichick's a defensive coach. Defensive coaches don't have offensive systems, do they? And offensive systems in general get copied. But how come nobody else in the league looks like New England? You ever notice that? I mean, systems, everybody copied the West Coast offense, they still do. Everybody copied the 4-6 defense, they still do. People copied the pick and roll, Moneyball analytics. The Wildcat for 2 years was red hot. But how come nobody copies New England's system? It's funny, when the coordinators leave town and they go to new teams, the offense doesn't look like New England. It is so weird. People say a lot of things. Hold them to what they say. Hey, Colin, I'll tell you what the system's called. It's called Belichick. Oh, get the man of Milwaukee's best. He beat me on that one. Oh, wait, he didn't. You mean the Bill Belichick that had a losing record in Cleveland and was fired before Tom Brady? That system? The system that was 5-11 his first year and a half in New England with the great Drew Bledsoe. That system? I'll tell you what the system is, Colin. It's throwing to the tight end. Actually, the last 3 years, New England's got a better record when Gronk's out. He was last night. They won convincingly. Oh, it's just throwing to slot receivers. Which one? Welker, Deion Branch, Edelman, Hogan. Got to a Super Bowl without Edelman last year. In fact, New England and Tom Brady have gotten to Super Bowls with 3 different coordinators. They've made the playoffs 3 times with no offensive coordinator. In fact, this is fascinating. You could call this the headless system. They don't even need coaches for it. Let me describe New England's system under Tom Brady. They're smarter than you pre-snap. They're more precise and accurate than you. They're always better in the fourth quarter than you. They're more prepared than you, more coachable than you, and more committed than you. If you want to call that a system, you can call it whatever you like. But we know, in football especially, we love to give nicknames. We don't even call him Terrell Owens. He's T.O. Jacksonville overnight became Saxonville. Fastest show on turf. Legion of Boom. Everybody's got a nickname because we give systems nicknames. It's easy. The fans can embrace it. Network promos and marketing. But yet, nobody has ever named New England system because it doesn't exist. Tom Brady, my friends, is the system. Belichick couldn't win without him in Cleveland and New England. Gronk is irrelevant, not worth half a point. Either was Welker, he left, they got better. And even Edelman left and they got to a Super Bowl. Tom is the system. Unlike the contemporary he played last night, he never complains about what he doesn't have. He just makes the most of what he does. Triangle offense, pick and roll, money ball, wildcat, West Coast, zone read. We've given every system ever created in any sport a name. There's a reason we've never given New England's one. The system doesn't exist. The name is Tom Brady. Of course, it's got to be somebody else's fault. So, I look at the box score after games. I look at stats, and let's see. Total plays. Oh, well, they both had 69. And rushing was pretty similar. They both had a decent running night, both teams. Time of possession. Well, Green Bay had it a little more. Neither team had a defensive or special teams touchdown. But the headline reads that Aaron Rodgers had no help. The Packers once again let him down. I don't know. I saw his wide receivers make great catches. I mean, Marquez Valdez-Scantling and over 100 yards. Whew. I mean, I couldn't have caught those. You couldn't have caught those. Jimmy Graham had a touchdown. Devontae Adams. They ran the ball again effectively. Tom Brady did not have Gronk, who will be a first-ballot Hall of Famer. Nor does he have his best true running back, Sony Michel. Brady has a wide receiver now playing running back, Cordarrelle Patterson, and yet he dropped 31 points and with 2 minutes left was kneeling. Tom Brady, it should be noted, was sacked twice, Aaron only once. Green Bay in the last 7 years, all of which has been Aaron Rodgers' prime, they have a losing road record. Apparently, I had no idea, Aaron travels on the road by himself. He gets on the bus, and it's the bus driver and Aaron and nobody else. And then he gets on the United Airlines plane to Foxborough, and there was nobody else on it. It was just Aaron Rodgers. By the way, in those 7 years, he's had 7 Pro Bowl offensive linemen. Tom Brady's had 2. In those 7 years, wide receivers, he's had 4 Pro Bowlers. Tom Brady's had 1. Tom Brady's the one that you could argue gets on a bus and there's nobody there. Gets on a plane and there's nobody there. I keep saying Rodgers isn't Brady. After what I saw on TV, I'm not sure he's Drew Brees. Drew Brees dropped 45 points on the Rams. They couldn't stop him. No, I mean, they couldn't stop him. Drew Brees is going to hold 60 to 70% of all NFL quarterbacking records when he retires. His franchise was a mess when he arrived. Rodgers was handed a championship team. Green Bay and New England, once again, tied entering the 4th. From that point forward, Tom Brady, look it up, 6 for 6, 104 yards, a perfect passer rating. Aaron, 2 of 7, 15 yards, a 39.6 passer rating. Again, I must have missed the point where the Packer players got on the bus an hour early. And the worst part is, and I do think Aaron's great, he's now milking it. Oh, no. The eye rolls, the exasperation. You can read it on his face. I saw 6 great quarterbacks yesterday. 6 great quarterbacks. I watched Russell Wilson, Phillip Rivers, Drew Brees, Jared Goff, Tom Brady, and Aaron Rodgers. I watched all of them yesterday, and they're all fantastic. They're all amazing. I'm lucky to have all of them as my quarterbacks in my life. But only one constantly in the offseason takes the passive-aggressive shots at his organization, is exasperated on every incompletion down the field. There was a moment for Russell Wilson yesterday where he could have been exasperated. He threw a perfect ball that would have tied the game against the Chargers. It was typical Russell Wilson, rolling brilliantly, fired a laser to the back of the end zone at home to tie the game with the Chargers, and the ball was dropped. And what did Russell Wilson do? Looked upset for about half a second, then instantly realized, I'm the quarterback. I lead the franchise. No drama, no finger pointing. And he was back to being what makes Russell Wilson special. No drama, no exasperation, no pointing fingers, no passive-aggressive. Rodgers is great, but he has become predictably exasperated, predictably dramatic, predictably woe is me. Watch the body language. It's becoming a tired act. You're not on that bus to the stadium alone, nor are you on that airlines to Foxborough alone. Not saying it's all his fault. Isn't 20-25% maybe his fault? RELAX. He's constantly telling us we're not on the same page. Well, when I watch him on the sidelines, why would he be? He's off by himself. Brady's not. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.